Hi there, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to show you my first time attempting to do yarn braids on myself. I did a treatment, straightened my hair. This took me 3 days to complete, but I was able to take breaks in between because it was actually very tiresome. Here I'm using a brush to make sure that the hairs that I'll not be plaiting will lie flat. Yeah. The parting process took me a while since I had to part in different angles. Here I was training, but finally I was able to part the hair. I had initially parted from ear to ear. Now I'm separating the part so that I can get good sizes and I'm able to grip the roots properly. The struggle continues of parting the hair, but finally I was able to do a good enough job. I'm also putting away that part that I'm not going to plait at the moment and attach it to the previous one. So right now I'm parting the sections from the middle. And then I separated it into two, so I'll be plaiting 4 braids at the back. And then I'll continue adding as I go using the brick method. So here I'm ensuring that the part is well done and straight. Today I'm going to use the Ultra Aqua Edge Wax. It is my favorite. It is the only gel so far I found that is able to hold my hair together. I've tried other gels, but they don't work. This is my favorite one so far. So I'll be putting it at the roots and at the edges of my hair. The roots will be to grip the tiny hairs, and at the edges it will be to straighten it so that I'm able to tuck in the hairs in the yarn. I'm combing out the roots to ensure that all hairs are straightened. I'm going to start first by doing a braid with my natural hair. Currently, I do not know how to grip properly. When I grip it, the hair is usually loose at the bottom, so I prefer to braid it halfway and then I crochet. So when I was cutting out the hair, I measured around 25 inches of the butterfly wool. Here in Kenya, we call it's from the butterfly brand. I cut 24 and 25 inches. Each braid I use around 9 strands of hair. When you fold it into half, that is 18 strands. So I'll be crocheting the yarn into my hair. For those that don't know how to crochet, that's how you crochet hair. You insert the needle, you put the yarn, you lock the hook, and then you pull the thread through. After crocheting the hair, I make sure that the strands are equal at the ends, and then I start braiding. I use my initial braid as the third leg. I braid until I feel like almost 1 centimeter is left of my natural hair. There I will divide the 18 strands of hair, 3 from each side, so that I have 3 legs of each 6 strands. This is where I'm doing the division of the threads, 3 from both legs, and then I join them together. So I'll be braiding all the way through. When you find that your hair is too long, you can use your mouth as a support. Then continue. Then at the end of the hair, I'll be wrapping it around and making a knot to secure the braid. Otherwise, if you don't do that, the braid will become undone, and that is not what you're going for. So ensure when you are done the braid, you make a knot at the bottom. You just pick one of the longest threads and then you knot at the bottom. So this style took me about 3 days. Even though I was taking breaks, it took me a while. But that is because I'm not yet an experienced braider. But if you're an experienced braider, you might probably take 2 days or maybe a day if you're fast enough. So I'm going to leave you to continue watching the rest of the video. Enjoy. I hope this inspires you to know that you are able to do your hair. You just need to put your mind into it. Continue watching the video. Enjoy. Like, share, comment, subscribe. Share the video with your friends and family. See you on the next one. Bye.